And welcome in to In-Game Chat for Saturday, March 14th, 2026, Season 20, Episode 8. I'm Scott.
And I'm RJ.
And welcome into the show, everybody. Do this that we just got done, like, seriously, in the commercials that were playing before this aired. It was like, what number is it? Oh, I haven't switched my numbers around. So here we go. There we go. Get all that taken care of. If you want to get in touch with us, well, hit us up on Discord, or you can send an email. Everyone at InGameChat.net is our email address. We are on Twitter. We're on Blue Sky. It's all at InGame Chat. We're on Facebook, same way there as well. Streaming right now on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv, and you can search for us there. You can also just go to our website and scroll all the way down. You'll find us there to click on that. So you can go to Twitch. You can go to our Discord. You can get to all of those links from our main website, which is ingamechat.net. So, make sure you join us live. We got a chat room there on Twitch where we got people, doing what they do in chat rooms, was chatting. Brian's in there. AC Wraith hanging out as well. AC Wraith's always there. Loyal listener. He's a crap mod, but he's a loyal listener. Anyway, welcome into the show, everybody. Was there anything else I wanted to hit before we just dive in? Hi, Dave! I think he's going to be listening later. I don't think he's listening right now. But anyway, he had mentioned that he would try to be listening in. He's got work to go to today. Blech, on a Saturday. So. Anyway, welcome into the show. Let's throw it over to the J of the R. And if you would tell me, sir, what you have played recently?
For the most part, I've been playing the First Descendant. I've been grinding for parts, certain parts in particular, which means you got to have to do a lot of grinding over and over and over again. But at least it's a pleasant experience because that goes pretty quick. Going
what's great?
Level, yeah.
I ain't played a game that had needed grinding in a long time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since I've had to grind in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Long time.
Yeah. Nothing.
Steam could tell you how many days it's been because it keeps a running tally on how long I've been banned from Destiny 2.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
That would tell you the last time I've had to grind in a game.
It goes in days or years?
Days.
It tells you days.
Days.
Okay.
Days.
Goodness.
I wonder you go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can look that up right quick.
Yeah. Well, anyway, like I was saying, the grind. I'm trying to find a certain part. There are certain components that you can add to your character in that game, and I'm looking for a processor for my character Ajax in the First Descendant. And the thing about it is, I was doing a mission that you will always get this processor. You get two of them actually as a reward for finishing the mission. Problem is, it's RNG, which has the two stats that two beneficial stats that you have for applying this processor to your character. Unfortunately, they're not RNGs, as they call it, is being very unkind. so to speak, in this grind. So I'm not finding the things that I want to. So it means I'll just have to go over and over and over again until I get it. Like I said, as long as the mission is a pleasant run, it's not bad at all. Especially with players online, makes it go through a heck of a lot faster as opposed to doing it solo. So I'm still going to keep doing that until I find what I'm looking for. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to see if I can find the right components for each of the characters I have for First Descendant as I go through this process, really. Yeah.
That's all you played?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, wow.
First Descendant.
By the way, 917 days.
Just compile that into years, Steam.
I mean, no, I keep it in days. Make that number as big as you want. I'm not coming back to it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going back to it. Destiny 3, maybe. Are they making a Destiny 3? I don't know. Seems like they got to have something in the can ready to go because right now they're putting all their effort into Marathon. From everything that I've read, they're putting all their effort into Marathon, and Destiny 2 is getting like
pushed to the backside. Yeah,
I mean,
pushed on the right side,
man, its hair's turning red all of a sudden, and it's just they're not doing anything with it. Everything is being pushed back, and they're not, and people are just. I guess it's on its last legs. It needs an invigorating shot of something for the community of people who are still playing it, and they have the numbers, so I'm not sure how many people are still playing it. You know, it's likely something they look at where it's like, here's the amount of people playing this, and here's the amount of people we have playing Marathon. Which one do we go with, right? You know, let's put our efforts in the one people are currently playing. And they just released a new game, so obviously they're going to be doing that.
I wonder if the troubles that Marathon is having is because people are mad that it's not Destiny 3.
No, I don't think so, actually. I think and I don't necessarily want to call it troubles, but I think whatever's going on with Marathon has to do more with the fact that think of it more along the lines of somebody tried to come in and make another, back when Destiny was hitting on all cylinders, right?
Yeah.
Back when Destiny 2 or Destiny 1, whatever, was hitting on all cylinders, was like, that's your... What Destiny is doing, they're doing it the best. And then somebody else came along and said, we want to do a game like that. Right?
Yeah.
So you got games like Arc Raiders. Maybe Helldivers, I doubt it. But you got games like Arc Raiders out there that are already doing whatever that genre is at a pretty good... They're doing it really good.
Yeah.
And then somebody else is coming in to say, well, we're going to try and do that.
Yeah.
And you already got somebody who's done it really well.
Yeah. So you got something really well, then someone came along and made something really well with a little bit of improvement, and now someone's going to try to raise the bar again.
It's the closest comparison I can get, having not played either game, to tell you that this one's trying to copy the other one. I absolutely could be wrong in that. I'm not playing them. I don't know. But everything that I read about them, everything that I've heard about it, everything that, whenever Marathon was in its beta and testing and everything else, it's more has that feel of, this, people would say this isn't Arc Raiders, this is Arc Raiders with a higher difficulty or whatever the case may be. So I'm not sure. I'm looking at, I'm trying to look at our chat here. AC Wraith, I was kidding about your mod situation. Don't worry about that. I was absolutely being facetious in that regard. So yeah. July 25th? No, man. Well, yeah, no. Okay, Brian RTR says July 25th would be 3 years exactly since I had been banned, but I got banned 3 years as far as the accumulation of days. It doesn't fall on the anniversary, because the anniversary, when I got banned, I think it's September, maybe? I want to say it was a September when I got a September day when I got banned. I can't. Might have been an August day.
Yeah.
But it was not midsummer that I remember. I feel like it was late August or early September, because a new expansion was due out, I think, in that November or something like that. Maybe. I can't remember.
Oh, I just remembered. Speaking of shooters, something I did in Division 2 as well. I tried that realism mode.
I didn't know about that.
Well, I'll put it, the best way I can put it is like this. Take a loot shooter, take the looting out of it, and that's what you got left. So there was no pickups, no items, no.
So
no
realism
weapons.
mode is that you do run out of ammo. You do
Run out of ammo. Your damage is you're not a bullet sponge.
Right.
But what I didn't know when I started playing was there was no looting. There was no nothing to pick up.
So you had to be very careful and cautious about your ammo, the way you shoot, the way you
ammo, sure, but there was nothing to replace the weapons that you had. So
Oh yeah, so you had to pick whatever you picked. It was what you were going to run
I guess
with.
whatever you got was random. I mean, then the weapons were.
Oh, did they just give you random weapons to do that mode with?
At the start, I got some random weapon because the thing starts with the Warlords of New York expansion, and you get these weapons that are below. Well, I would say trash tier, but then again, I'm used to the good weapons that I've picked up over time, playing the Division 2 normally.
Yeah.
But now that I'm stuck with what I got, you just have to use what you got to get what you want in the game in realism mode anyway. But yeah, just basically take a loot shooter and take the looting out of it, and there you go. That's what you're going to, and it's not as enjoyable as the original mode to me anyway.
I've going back to the Marathon Arc Raiders thing. I don't know necessarily if they are comparable. All I have done is hear that, read that these are the comparisons being made. No other game comes to mind. Whenever people talk about Marathon, they look at Arc Raiders for the comparison. So, Marathon released the same day that Slay the Spire 2 released. Nobody is looking at, outside of concurrent player count, because Slay the Spire 2 has just been massive for the people playing. In fact, I think they hit 3 million copies sold just yesterday. And somewhere I read 5 million maybe today. In other words, another 2 million added to that.
The overseas crowd.
I have no idea, but it's been a massive success. But nobody is comparing those two games. Sure, they're comparing the concurrent players to say, here's what this game's pulling in, and here's what this little indie game is doing, Slay the Spire 2, and here's what this AAA studio game is doing, Marathon, not as good. But they're not necessarily comparing, the game themselves, just the amount of players.
Yeah, the desire of people to play, people who want to play the game.
So when I read about Marathon, I read comparisons made to Arc Raiders, no other game. When I read about Arc Raiders, I don't read about comparisons to Marathon. They're just talking about Arc Raiders. Nobody's looking back to say, well, Marathon does it differently, or this is how it's done in Marathon, or whatever the case. But in all Marathon discussion, you hear somewhat, this is how it's done in Arc Raiders. This is done better in Arc Raiders. This is done worse in whatever the case may be. They're making the comparison. So that's all I have to go on because I haven't played either of the games, and I don't necessarily intend to. Maybe Arc Raiders, but in other words, and that's a good question. It's a good point to say. Well, which game would you jump into, Marathon or Arc Raiders? And it's not necessarily too tough to say. There are some things that would sway me, like our old Destiny group. Are they playing Marathon? Not all of them are. And I know a few are, but not all of them are, not the big groups. Of course, I think you can only have like teams of 3 or 4 on this thing. So it's not like they can do it like we would do for Destiny and do 6-man raid runs and things like that. There's also the topic of price. Arc Raiders is going to have a better sale at the moment than Marathon would.
Was it 40 right now, Arc Raiders?
Something, but I mean, if it's on sale, it would because it's been out for ever how long.
Out for a minute,
it would have probably a deeper discount than Marathon would. So I mean, that's a swaying factor as well. I've heard about the difficulty, also a swaying factor to go towards Arc Raiders rather than Marathon because of the difficulty. I am not good at PvP shooters. I'm not good at competing against other people in shooting games. I'm not. And I know that both of these games have that aspect to it, but I know that Arc Raiders handles it a little bit differently than Marathon does. How, I can't tell you. This is what I've heard, is that Arc Raiders is a little bit more forgiving. Marathon is a little bit more strict, a little bit more, you can die a lot. And you're also probably going to run into people who are, out to kill you all the time. Whereas Arc Raiders seemingly had a pretty good friendly player base who would help you through things. Even though they had the option to do otherwise, they would help you through it in that game, whereas Marathon, not so much. There's that aspect to it. And honestly, I can't really throw that into a comparison thing because, man, your player bases change, fluctuate. It's also roll the dice of who you're going to run into and what that person's going to be like, a helpful or a harmful. You don't know. You really don't. And I don't. And maybe the odds are stronger in one than the other of who you're going to meet in that game, harmful or helpful. I don't know. The other benefits that Marathon has is that it is Bungie. I'm real familiar with the way Bungie does their stuff. I'm also tuned into the way, the guns work in a Bungie game, as well as the feel. Like I told you, I played that demo and I shot one robot, killed one robot, and I felt the chemical go through me of what that felt like. And I was like, there it is. There's the juice. So I don't necessarily know. I tend to lean towards Arc Raiders because I had been interested in Arc Raiders long before Marathon was announced or released. And so I almost lost him. Got him. I tend to lean towards Arc because I've been thinking about Arc for a while now. I got a lot more people who I know playing Arc Raiders. So, if I were to go in that direction, but I don't know that I am.
I just narrowed it down to this. Who's having more fun right now, Marathon players or Arc Raider players?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It seems like Arc Raider players.
Probably, maybe. I'm not sure. It depends on where you go. If you go into a thread talking about Marathon, you're going to find a lot of people who are happy playing Marathon. You go into Arc Raiders thread, they're going to have a lot of people talking about how happy they are playing Arc Raiders. It kind of goes back and forth, but yeah, I don't know. So the real answer is neither of which one I would get into. It's like I've been there and I've done that and I'm good, right? I've done the grind. I've done the looter shooters as far as whatever Destiny gave me in that regard. I'm good. Time to enjoy other games, which, I've had 917 days to do so. So time to enjoy other games, find other genres, find other things that can, fill that. I don't want to say fill that hole because it doesn't feel like a hole, but at least
something that gives you fun.
Occupy that space, know?
Something that's fun for you to play, yeah. So.
Yeah, just reach out there and find it. As for what I've been playing, Marvel Snap, of course, but whatever. What is it? Lost and Found Company was the other one.
Okay.
It's a new game. It's a hidden object game, but it's really a lot of fun. There's a story there, but I skip it every time they talk. All I want to do is find things, right? Like, just let me find things. You don't have to wrap a story around it. You're doing it, and I guess that's okay, but I tell you right now, I am skipping every piece of dialogue. It's not necessarily dialogue. It's stuff you got to read, but I'm skipping it all. Like, I don't need to read any of this. I don't need to know about what the story is going on here. The genre that it falls into is sort of anime-ish, kind of, and that's not really my draw on things, but I love looking for stuff. I love being able, it gives me that puzzle aspect, a little bit of a puzzle aspect, and so I really enjoy looking for stuff, and this game has a lot of levels for you to go and look for stuff, and it's challenging too, very challenging. I can get most of them, but there's a few that are just like, man, this one's hard. The more you find, the harder it gets, seemingly, in a level. And then there's little side objectives to do that cause you to find other things. And then there's sometimes when you find what you're supposed to find, and then it unlocks a second part of the stage to find more stuff. So, point being, it's the thing has got a lot of stuff in it. It's not a one and done type stuff. Well, it probably will be once I'm done with the game, but it's more than just here's some levels, find the things in it. It's like, no, here's levels, find things in it. Once you found those, your level may open up some more to find more things. You've also got side objectives to do in a level, stuff to look for. And so I'm good with that. And I've been enjoying that. Played Proverbs some more. And I think really that's about it. It is about it as far as what I played. So not too much. I've been reading lately. that Project Hail Mary book. The movie comes out next weekend, I think, but I've been reading the book. And I'm trying to get through the book before the movie comes out. Not that I'm going to go see it that weekend, but definitely want to finish the book before the movie comes out. I don't know why, if I'm not going to see it that weekend, but yeah, so... excuse me. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. That's it, nothing else.
Okay.
That I can think of. I'm trying to remember. No, I did play some other stuff. I played Coffee Talk.
It's like one of them chill games.
Yeah, it absolutely is one of those chill type. In fact, I played it late at night on the Steam Deck with my headphones in. And, yeah, it was a nice, chill type game. Takes place in Seattle. You're just a bartender. Well...
Should be a barista.
Barista.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's a coffee bar, but yeah.
So
you play as a barista.
putting liquor in the coffee.
No, I don't know if there's any alcohol involved, because it opens up, because I'm early on in the game.
Okay, yeah.
And I know eventually your shelf of ingredients expands. Right now I have chocolate, tea, milk, and coffee. That's it.
Is this like that the horticulturist game that you had a while back? No, not like that? Okay. Because you say ingredients and they expand, you can make more
strange horticulture?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, buddy, I love that. They have another one out that I have. I just haven't played it yet. Strange Antiquities.
Okay.
Yeah, they have another one that I haven't yet jumped into.
Okay.
Kind of savoring it because the Strange Horticulture was fun. I really, really enjoyed that. And that thing had multiple endings, even though I didn't go through and try to get the other endings.
Yeah.
I got the one ending that I got, and I was like, hey, that was great. And then, I moved on to some other game. But, yeah, Strange Horticulture is there waiting on me as well. So there's a lot. Well, you know my backlog. There's a lot waiting on me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know all about the backlog. Yeah.
I'll get to it when I get to it there. So, yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I was trying to see if there was any other game that I tried to play because I did have my Steam Deck out and was doing that. But I tried to play that Lost and Found Company on the Steam Deck. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's so much better on a screen, on a bigger screen with mouse controls rather than because it's mouse controlled, and so the Steam Deck, while it has thumb track mousing type stuff, it ain't great. It ain't great. So, yeah, it's not deck verified. I think it says deck playable, but not verified. So, yeah. All right, well, then we're going to take a break since we've come to the end there. And when we come back, we'll dive into the news, of which we have quite a lot. Specifically, yeah, we got studio closures. It's, it's another day that ends in Y, or it's another week out of the year. You're going to have studio closures, and we actually do have them again. But we got some Xbox news this week, or at least some Next Box news this week. Yeah, I know. Fun play on words. So anyway, we may cover some of that here in our next segment, but we're going to take a break. We're still on the new song list or new music list because, we got a lot. We're still in I think we're in June still of last year with what we're picking. So here is music from a game called Wandering Village. I think it's a city builder.
Okay.
That moves. In other words, your city is mobile.
Yeah.
And you have to build the city, but also build defenses for the city as you're going through it. So, yeah, this is called Dried Ocean. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. back in to In-Game Chat. This is music from the expansion. Well, it's an expand-alone, I think. It was not something that you needed the main game to play, but the RoboCop expansion.
Okay.
Unfinished Business or something like that was the name of it, and this is called Urban Pacification. I think it's the music for the Ed 209 sequence that is in the that is in the expansion game.
That fits.
I think that's another game I have in my backlog. I'll get that Terminator 2 No Fate or whatever it is eventually whenever that thing drops in price. It has not taken a cut yet.
Yeah, Rogue City was free for PlayStation Plus.
It was.
Back,
It was.
So
you're right.
that's how I picked mine up. Then I saw Unfinished Business, and I'm like, okay, yeah, something else to pick up afterwards. But I got to start the original first, do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'd be the same way in that. I wouldn't just jump into, especially since I have it, I would not be like, well, let me get this expansion and start playing it, having never played the original that it came from. So, yeah. All right. I don't know. Where do we go? What do we jump into here? What do people want to talk about today? I don't know. Let me check my news feeds here, just in case, because I haven't looked at them at all today.
Yeah, just in case something positive pops up.
Just see what's yeah, right. What is Dave saying? Yeah, Dave says, "Let me know when No Fate goes cheap." I mean, on the Switch, I don't know, dude. You might see it. I feel like it'll hit a discount on the PC quicker than it will on the console, but I could be wrong. What do we have? I am checking. I think GDC was this past week. And so you got a lot of people, you got a lot of devs going into GDC saying, like, here's how we made this, or here's why we did what we did, and here's how things change in the development of a game. I'm always interested in all of that, but you don't really get to. A lot of these game, I don't want to say conventions, but whatever they're called. But something like Game Developers Conference,
Yeah.
Do what the conventions do and put them on Twitch, Put them where I can watch them either live or recorded afterwards. But not so far down the line. Like, I used to be able to watch some of the GDC presentations on YouTube, but it was like months after they had already been given.
Mm-hmm.
So, do it sooner than that.
Yeah, take a page from what everyone else is doing.
Right. A lot of the convention or a lot of like PAX and things like that, you can watch some of their panels.
Yeah, or
from home live on Twitch if you want to.
Yeah, but I was talking more along the lines of what the company's doing. They just said, "Hey, we don't need a convention. Just watch our live stream from 3 to 4 on this date on our channel. Just do that."
Mm-hmm. Checking. Marathon's next update. Checking it out. Okay, cool. I see Duke Frucrum's hanging out in the chat room there. Hey, Steve.
Hey, now.
Hey, did you guys, what happened? There's something going on. Did you have a birthday, your wife, or an anniversary, or a kid's birthday? What happened recently?
Yeah, how'd you know? Yeah.
It was Facebook, man.
My son turned 5 on Monday.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, and I surprised him with, I can't remember the name of it, Kirby the Forgotten Land.
Oh.
Okay.
Which it's funny because I've never...
Switch or Switch 2?
Oh, well, we're on the Switch 2. I guess it's a Switch 1 game.
Right, yeah.
You can port it over. And he's upset. Like that.
He's upset?
And my daughter. Well, they got obsessed because we started making like Super Smash Brothers a thing.
Did you say he was upset or obsessed?
Obsessed.
Oh, he's obsessed. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We had Super Smash Brothers night every night before bed. We play 4 rounds. Everybody gets to choose a level, and we play. And they've been attached to Kirby, and so they've just been Kirby for a while. And I did this thing where I basically cut out little Kirby's, and I put a note on one and said, like, follow me, and then I just had the Kirby's kind of go down to the switch in the basement, and then in the last Kirby said turn on, and then when he turned it on, like, it was Kirby Forgotten. Is it the Forgotten World? I can't even remember the name of the game.
I don't know. It's the Kirby game, though.
It's the Kirby game, and then it's a 2-player co-op game, like single screen, and both my kids love it, and they've almost kind of like replaced us now at night, because it's like we had like a nightly thing, and now so yeah, he's deep into Kirby, and so is my daughter, but they both love Kirby, Super Smash, those two games together.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Nintendo dropped a trailer for a new Yoshi game too.
I saw that, and I might surprise my daughter with that for her birthday down the road.
Is it called Kirby and the Forgotten Land?
That's it.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. Yeah. And it's like an open world. You know, you're Kirby. You're turning into cars.
Man,
I've never played a Kirby game.
I hadn't either until now. So it's just
I remember.
Sometimes we're like, how do we get this this treasure that you can see like behind a wall, and it's like you got to turn into the car, and then you got to drive the car up this route, and then you have to smash through a wall, and that's what gets you like the prize of the level and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Never played one. It was on Game Boy. I remember it being on Game Boy. I remember Super Nintendo had Kirby games. GameCube had Kirby games. The Wii.
Oh my God, you're right. There was like that black and white game. That's where Kirby came from, right? It was just, that was the start.
No. He started on, I think he started on Game Boy.
That's what I mean, like the handheld black and white.
Yeah. I thought you said GameCube.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I did. I meant Game Boy.
No. Game Boy was I believe where it started from.
Yeah. Kirby's Dream Land, April of '92.
And I never owned a Game Boy. I never owned a Game Boy.
What was like the thing about Kirby? I never played a Kirby game either, but he's popular enough that I know about him. I mean, he's all over the place. So,
True. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me at all that you've never played a Kirby game, though. But yeah, it was a Game Boy game, and I never had a Game Boy, and I never really kind of wanted one. Again, mostly because
were you a Game Gear guy?
I was not even a handheld guy. That was my whole thing.
Oh.
Like, I did not... Handheld to me just didn't... The concept in my brain was never like, I'm going to sit on the couch and play a video game on this tiny screen when I have big screen with color here in my bedroom. Even though the big screen was like, a 13-inch set. Not even a set. It was a monitor that I was playing the NES games on. And... So the Game Boy was never even something that I thought, hey, I want that, until some games started getting released on it. Wario Land or Wario whatever, and Super Mario Land 2 was released on there, I think, as a pack-in eventually. I mean, Tetris was the main pack-in, and that was just not, trust me, that wasn't pulling me in. Like,
that's so true.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like, I never had... I mean, my sister had a Game Boy, which is why I had a Game Gear. And at the time, the Game Gear dominated. Like, it was way before its time. It was color. Yeah, the battery life lasted like 30 minutes, but it had everything. It had Mortal Kombat. It had, like, all the Shinobi games and everything, I think, if I remember correctly.
The Game Gear? Possibly.
But my sister had the Game Boy because it was the cheaper alternative, and she, like, wasn't into games too much. So my parents were like, oh, you can have the Game Boy, and then Kirby was part of that.
And then there was the Lynx?
The what?
The Lynx, the Atari Lynx.
Atari Lynx.
Oh.
Was that a console or was that a handheld?
I want to say that was a full-size
Nobody
console.
had that.
That's the Jaguar. The Atari Jaguar was the full console. I think the Lynx was
let's look it up.
a handheld.
Okay, yeah, it is a handheld.
Yeah, Lynx was a handheld.
Oh my God, I don't even remember that.
September of '89.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, that was first to market?
Whoa, wait. September of '89 was the Lynx?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
When did the Game Boy come out?
What year was do that. Do me a Google and tell me when the Game Boy released.
Oh, 1989 April.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same year?
April 21st of 1989.
But the Lynx looked amazing.
And in North America on July 31st of 1989. That's the Game Boy. First date was in Japan. The American side was end of July.
Oh, you know what? I looked at the Japan release date too.
Yeah.
And the Lynx was
And then
when?
the Game Gear was April of '91 for North America and EU.
So, the Atari Lynx released by Atari in September of '89 in North America and 1990 in Europe and Japan.
But I thought the Lynx had color screen, had really good I mean, it seemed like it was top tier on your handhelds.
Yeah, intro price $180.
Woof. In '89?
Yep. Equivalent to $470 in 2025.
Ugh. Wow.
Wait, what?
The Lynx was $189.
I'm looking at it now. I just don't remember it being color.
Is it color?
Don't look like it.
I don't know.
I'm looking up things now.
I mean, I think that's why the Game Gear was so cool.
Because it was. Yeah. Game Gear was like, how can we improve upon what Game Boy's doing? Well, we can make the games look better and also give it a color screen. But of course, the Game Gear probably was higher in price in that regard.
Yeah, the Game Gear was up there, and Sonic looked great on it.
The Atari Lynx has a backlit color LCD display.
Oh, you know what?
Huh.
They did what Game Boy did on their second iteration.
What,
like
Game
it
Boy
wasn't.
Color?
Yeah, that had to have been what that just described. Like the backlit color. What did you say? Say that again.
So it has a
RJ?
backlit color LCD display.
Backlit color. Backlit 300.
Okay. The Lynx was cited as the first gaming console with hardware support for zooming and distortion of sprites with a 4096 color palette and integrated maths and graphics coprocessors. Color graphics display was said to be the key defining feature in the system's competition against Nintendo's monochromatic Game Boy.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
Right, that sounds very similar to the Game Gear then.
Well, that was the thing. Like, Game Boy was dominating, or at least as far as what I know, Game Boy dominated the handheld market when it released. And so everybody was like, let's get in on a piece of that pie, but how can we tempt, how can we pull these people over? What can we do differently?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the first thing that you're going to do is color screen, full color screen. You don't want that green monochromatic thing again.
No.
You want something full color.
And you couldn't even play the Game Boy at night. You needed to get that that light that
little
attached
attachment
to it.
they went on it. Yeah, I know.
So awful, but like they needed a way to do it because, like, I mean, when I'd go on trips with my parents, like we'd be in the back seat right at nighttime. Game Gear lights right up; you can see everything. And then the Game Boy, my sister had this attachment, and it was all. It was basically like a magnifying glass on it, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like a big magnifying glass with a light bar that clipped to the top of the thing.
Yeah, it did.
Like that,
It did. They also had all these other little things that folded out and magnified the screen. You had this whole like weird attachment stuff that would go onto your Game Boy to improve the battery life, to make the screen bigger or brighter.
Yeah.
To widen the screen, I guess. I don't know. There were so many different things that you could do with a Game Boy and I never even had one. So.
That was a heck of a price difference too. I mean, the intro price for the Game Boy says it was $90.
Yeah,
sounds right.
$90. And that Atari Lynx we were talking about was $180, $180.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys watched that Tetris movie?
I have not watched the one that was on like Apple Plus or whatever. Yeah,
good movie.
Yeah,
it's a good movie going through that whole history and like what Nintendo needed to launch and just the history of Tetris itself, like how
they basically stole it, didn't they?
No, it was a bunch of like backroom deals that needed all this vetting and licensing and stuff like that. But the movie's really great. It kind of, of course, it dramatizes the importance of Tetris, but. It's fun.
Yeah, wasn't it something about the government getting the creator or something with at least that's what the promos.
Well, I mean,
said to me anyway.
Yeah, it was Russia in the '80s. That wasn't really, there were some issues.
Getting something out of Russia in the '80s to the general public, kind of difficult.
There was some concern.
Yeah.
That they had on that. And by the way, Steve, I don't know if we've ever talked to you about it. I know that we've talked about it on the show. You should find the book Console Wars and read that. I think you would really.
I think I have it.
Okay,
I have it.
Yeah,
it's on the shelf.
Yeah, give it a read. I don't know if you did or not, but That was fantastic, documenting the Nintendo Sega Wars
Yeah.
that were going on. That was very good. And they made a series or a movie out of it or something, and I still haven't watched it. I think they made a...
Seth Green was involved in that somewhere?
Yeah, he
I think
was. Or not Seth Green, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was, considering what he was up against, Kalinske and his crew, they did they were able to pull that off, yeah. And then having that conflict between Sega of Japan and America. Sega of Japan didn't.
Oh, they
like,
butted heads.
They did not like how America does business, but that's how America does business. They talk trash to their competition.
And they didn't want to do
show
it.
them up, and they didn't want to do it.
Mm-mm.
So what could have been? What I got from that story mostly was what could have been had Sega of Japan and Sega of America clicked, got together, and worked together on this thing. What they could have done, but they didn't. So where they are now.
Well, Steve, what have you been playing recently, other than doing the dad stuff?
Yeah, Resident Evil, little game called Resident Evil Requiem. It's
that little indie title. Yeah,
I'm in love again.
You and everybody else. That game has done very well.
It's like they read my Steam review about Village and then fixed all of the things that I complained about. Which is really, it wasn't just me saying the things; it was the whole community. So they listened and they fixed it. I haven't finished the game yet.
How's the back and forth? I know that you as far as I know, again, I haven't played. You switch between characters, maybe not at will, but I know story wise, there's like open world parts, and then there's enclosed.
It's barely open world. It's so loosely open world. If anything, Resident Evil Village is way more open world than this, at least to the part that I'm at right now. The first half is the best horror experience I think I've ever had. First half of the game. And then you start to play Leon a little bit more, and then it kind of falls back on the action trope a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Thar in the chat room says it's great. It's not Resident Evil 4 Remake great, but it's close. Great.
Oh, it's better than Resident Evil Remake.
Oh, he says Grace has a lot of back and forth, and Leon not so much.
Yeah, the Grace stuff is where the game excels, and they've pulled things in from some of the stuff that worked in recent games and made it part of her, survival experience. But they also got rid of a lot of the junk that Resident Evil Village they threw out for. I don't know what their really plan was for Village or Resident Evil 8, but you had infinite inventory space, which is not part of the Resident Evil franchise at all. The whole point is trying to figure out, do I take this now? Do I use something in my inventory, or do I come back to this later? That is the challenge.
Yeah.
And the decision-making process that you have to go through when you're going through the game. But in Village, they were just pick up everything. Pick up all the treasures. Pick up all the keys. Yeah. Pick up everything. You have an inventory for keys. You have an inventory for ammo. You have an inventory for treasures. It all just goes into these imaginary pockets.
Yeah, I got the game. Yeah, I got the game, and resource management is a thing in Resident Evil. That's how I was introduced to it. Playing Resident Evil.
There was and it's not a spin-off or anything, but somebody made a game based on inventory management of Resident Evil. That's all it is inventory management as a gaming objective, but it was based on, here's the space you have, here's the items you have, now put them in a position to where you can put all of your stuff in there.
It's like Tetris with luggage.
Kind of.
Yeah, pretty much like that. But it's always been a part of the Resident Evil franchise, I thought, resource management, because that's part of survival horror. Can I take this or not? I want this, but I need it to help me survive.
But they didn't do that in Village, but they are, I guess, doing that in this.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this game, things feel much more claustrophobic. There's much better do I fight or run decisions too, which was not a thing in Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil 8 incentivized fighting, which of course removes the scare factor. If you're just going to go in and know that an enemy's going to drop 3 shotgun shells when you kill him, well, I don't have to worry about wasting 3 shotgun shells to kill it. Mm-hmm. But this game fixed that. Obviously, the first half takes place with, you play as Grace a lot, so she's the new character, and then Leon's the experienced vet, right? And you see that he's weathered, he's confident, and he goes through, and there's I think the demos and the early marketing for it show your first interaction where you get to play as Leon, and then it goes back and forth. Like there'll be some tense, parts with Grace, and then it will flip to Leon. It's like, okay, you can relax for a bit here because Leon's going to take, the action portion of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they were trying to satisfy two different groups, people that love, the fast pacedness of some of the recent titles, and then some of the people that really want the menacing horror side of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's found a good back and forth for me up until you get to the middle. And I'm playing as Leon right now for quite a while, and into some of the more open spaces. And it's daylight. It's not a lot to worry about. It's just a matter of doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still loving it. I don't think it's going to change. I mean, we'll see. I'm going through it still, but I haven't made it to the Raccoon Police Department yet.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of excited for that. I'm going to play tonight.
Yeah. We're coming up on a break here. I do want to find out, how long do we have you for?
Oh, forever. Whatever you want.
No. Yeah. Sure, said the dad who had kids. Yeah, forever. I got all the time in the world. No, you don't. So yeah, we'll take a break and we'll come back. I don't know. Have you followed any of the news that has happened here, especially in terms of the Xbox stuff that they talked about?
Oh yeah, I've been following that a little bit pretty too closely.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know your thoughts on that, and we'll go over some of that. But also, I want to go over anything else that you may have played. Have you played anything else other than Requiem, or?
Yeah, just one more thing, just because it's kind of created a resurgence on Steam. Division 2. Division 2 is pretty great right now.
Yeah, RJ was talking about that in the what he played stuff today, because he tried out the real world mode or realistic mode.
Oh yeah, realism mode.
Yeah.
He wasn't a fan.
I said basically, it's like take your looter shooter, now take the looting out of it, and there you go.
Yeah, I haven't actually made a character yet, but because I'm still enjoying some of the stuff for the main game, and then there's this year there's a ton of stuff planned, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
Surprising to hear from Ubisoft with the way things are going with that company currently.
Yeah.
8 years later, this game is still kicking. So
yeah, that's something maybe I should try and get back into.
Stick with what works.
Do it.
That's what they got to do with the.
Do it, Scott. Because I mean, it's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, you still have to play through the Uplay thing though, right? Because that's where I own it. I own it on the Ubisoft store. I don't own it through Steam. I own it through.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can still play with everybody. Yeah.
That was my point. Is like I have it on the whatever the Ubisoft Connect or whatever the thing's called. I don't know. I have their own store. I hate this. I hate it. Like
no, you can still find your friends on Steam with that. Because Steam still leverages that.
Yeah, like I don't mind having to buy it from someplace, but let me then also have it on all of the places. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be all on console or anything like that. But if I buy it on a PC, it should be, you also own it on the Microsoft Store, you also own it on Steam, you also own it on Epic. Just put it all there so that wherever people are playing, or like we were talking about, just make it universal so that it doesn't matter which one I'm playing on, I still have access to them. But
yeah, but that makes too much sense and it's not as profitable.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Anyway.
Hands up, I bought it in both places. I've done that a couple of times. But I mean, it went on sale for like $4.99 on Steam. So I'm like, okay, now's my chance.
See, I've thought about doing that with some of my Assassin's Creed games because I'm trying to consolidate them all into one place. Because I have a bunch of them on Ubisoft and I have quite a few on Steam, and I'm trying to
if it's a game or franchise I really like and I want to support it, I don't have a problem doing that. It's no big deal.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back after the top of the hour here, we'll dive into some of that Xbox news and some of the other games that we'll talk. I don't know. Are you any interested in Marathon? No? Yes?
No.
Okay. No. I appreciate you censoring yourself from what you were going to say. But we'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. Music here from Eric's Home. Or is it Eric Scholm? I think it's Eric's Home. It's the main theme from this game. I think it's like a little sneak game. It's like a third-person, or not third-person, it's isometric type sneak, I think. Anyway, we'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. welcome back into In-Game Chats. Another piece of music from a game in my backlog that I haven't tried yet, called The King is Watching. And it's called Welcome to the Kingdom. It's the name of the track. It's kind of a city builder, I think. Not exactly sure. But yeah. All right. Steve's hanging out with us, Duke Frukum, over at the in the Discords there. And so you mentioned you play in Division, Resident Evil Requiem. Anything else you did? Are you a Slay the Spire kind of guy? Because I know that came out.
I saw that. I saw it rocket to the number 1 on the Steam charts. I'd like to play it, but I can't get away. I have to stick with what I'm playing at the moment. It's one of those too many things. And I've started up other games too with some people that have kind of abandoned me, with co-op games.
Yeah.
And so now I got to play through those alone because they're they're incomplete. I can't go on without wrapping those up because it's my curse. But so
yeah, I'm familiar with that curse.
Yeah, I want to finish what you started, especially with those story-based games.
It depends.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want to see what happened. I want to know. I can't not know.
Doom couldn't hold me like that. Doom tried. Doom the Dark Ages. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Doom the Dark Ages tried to, but
I don't know if I could ever play Doom again.
After what?
After
which one?
Dusk. Dusk killed Doom for me.
Oh, a completely different game. I thought you meant one of the Doom games was like that was peak for you, and you couldn't go beyond it.
I had held off on playing any of the new Dooms. So like I didn't play the Doom. I didn't play Doom Eternal, and I'm not even going to buy the medieval one.
Yeah, Dark Ages.
But I played Dusk, and I tried to play the Doom remake, the one that came out that started the new,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
with all the fatality kills and everything, and it just feels like I'm playing in slow motion. Like none of it impresses me. Like I can't get on board with what Doom is doing. It just feels so slow.
I would have to, I'd have to look into Dusk because I'm not familiar. Maybe
Dusk
I am
is so good.
Yeah, maybe I am familiar, but I'm not. For whatever reason, this conversation's not doing it. But I will check on Steam. And
it's really good.
And see,
it's like the definitive, shooter. It basically took what Doom 1995 did, and then said, "Okay, we're going to do this," and it blew me away.
Yeah, $17. Is that right?
Dave Demansky?
Well,
yeah.
Hang on. It's all red and whatever. Battle through an onslaught of mystical backwater cultists. Yeah, very positive. It came out in 2018, December. Oh, look at that moving. Oh, wow. Yeah, that thing's fast. It's like they took Unreal and they put Unreal Tournament and they put...
Yeah, it's the graphics aren't going to be cutting edge, but it's a stylized choice, right? So they're leveraging the 90s, and it's just so good. Like the level designs, the secrets, the gunplay, everything is really just fun.
Wow. Okay. Watching the trailer here, and yeah, I mean, obviously you're right as far as the visuals. The visuals are pulling in, they're there for a nostalgia stake, but
I highly recommend it for anybody who loves Doom. Just try this, and it may ruin Doom for you, like it did for me.
Why is it $20 damn? It's been out since 2018, and it's still It's $20.
Yeah, this guy David Cement, he's done like a lot of weird games. Like there's a game called like Squirrel Stapler that he's done, where you run around like stapling squirrels with the same type of 90s graphics. And then there's another similar one called Chop Goblins, which is a little bit slower of a shooter. But they're like $5 games that you can kind of buy.
Oh, he's the guy that did Iron Lung. Okay.
Yes, he did Iron Lung.
Look at that.
But Dusk is like his best game by a long shot. Long shot.
You say shart.
Shart.
Okay. Well, yeah. Dusk. All right. Cool. Let's see. What was I going to say? Did you try any demos? Have you done any? What was the game I was trying to get you to play? And you said you were going Ball Pit.
Yeah, I got that on the deck. I did get that.
Did you enjoy it?
I did get that. I did play it. I've not played it a lot, and then I kept my. I usually play that in my office, like in my house. And just long story short, that the power connector broke on it, and so I can't charge it. So I haven't been able to actually charge my deck.
Wait, so the power connector on the machine itself, or the power connector of the cable and cord and the
no, just the cable. Like this is an easy fix. I've just been lazy. Like the way that the deck power adapter they gave it to you is like you plug it in, and it's got one of those like power bricks on the connector.
Yeah.
And then the connector sticks straight out from it. So if you have like a couch or any type of furniture that pushes up against like your outlets, it's going to like bend the wire. And that's what happened. It like bent it, and then it damaged it, and then
yuck.
Now I could use any USB-C to charge it. I just haven't gotten around to putting it near my dock, so it's just been not powered for a while.
Well,
but I did get it, and I did start it, and it is fun.
Let's talk about the
Division.
Well, I mean, you could talk about Division, but I was going to talk about Microsoft.
Oh yeah,
the Project Helix, which is the code name for the next box, the next Xbox. That we're curious about.
I mean, Microsoft, Sony, Valve, they're all looking at each other, kind of like with shifty eyes, trying to see like who's gonna what's the plan, right?
Yeah, mainly because of those memory prices, right?
Well, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking just like next gen strategy, because obviously people are kind of upset with the decisions that Microsoft's been making with subscription, with putting all their games on Sony. Like they're trying to figure out what are you doing? What is your long term plan? Like, are you not going to sell a box in the future? Or are you just going to be a software company again? And then Sony was kind of doing the same thing. They were putting all their first party titles on Steam. And then when Valve announced the
Steam Machine,
they kind of recoiled a little bit.
Sony definitely did, yes.
And it's like, okay, so we're probably,
Microsoft doubled down, I thought, because Microsoft then was like, oh no, the next Xbox is going to be able to play your PC games.
Yeah, so they announced that, and then, Sony kind of did the opposite. They're like, all right, we're not going to release any more titles on Steam because it seems to be hurting our brand image a little bit. Which I didn't get because, I think it's not that. I think it's just the strategy of, waiting a year and then releasing it on Steam because then, the hype's kind of gone.
It is, but, at the same time, nobody, as far as I know, you release a game on your console and, if at the moment, the current situation that we're in now, if Microsoft releases a first-party game on their console, it's going to be released on PC. It'll have a PC release with it. With Sony, it was like, well, if it's a first-party release, then it'll get a PC release probably a year to 6 months, whatever the case. We figure a PC release is coming. It's been that way for a while now. And nobody was running out to buy a PlayStation 5 to play any of their first-party titles. Not necessarily because it was going to come to PC later, but they also had that option knowing that it would. And so it's like, I really want to play this game, or I really want to wait and see how this game does. Okay, it's doing great. I'll pick it up on PC when it releases. I don't need to go out and buy a PlayStation 5 or 4, whatever, 5 and play it right now. Nobody's doing that. Not in
that's
not
a weird
in this
thing to
economy.
it's also a weird thing to do. Like, if you're interested in a game and you're gonna play a game, are you really looking at like how well a game is doing on a platform before you're gonna go out and buy it, or are you looking for reviews? I don't know. If I'm interested in something, and even Resident Evil, if that game released to low scores, like the lowest I think was like the Resident Evil 6 or Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
If it released to that,
6.
I would probably still buy it because it's part of the Resident Evil franchise and it's something that I just
you've got you've got a connection to it as far as that's concerned. And I mean, there's other people like you who are there as well. It's like, hey, that's Resident Evil. I'm going to play it. It might be bad, but I'm going to it's another one in the franchise. I want to play it and see how it goes. But just in general, just in a general sense of Joe Gamer, whatever you want to call him, who doesn't have a PlayStation 5, they're not going out to buy a PlayStation 5 if they're a PC gamer person.
Yeah.
In other words, they play the majority of their games on PC. They're not going to go out and buy a brand new console to play God of War.
They're definitely not going to be doing that for Microsoft if we're going to be believing what the price of that thing's going to cost. Well, they've already kind of alluded to that a little bit, and they were just like, gamers, be prepared because it might be a $700-800 console.
Yeah. I'm looking through this write-up from the GameIndustry.biz. Developers can expect to receive alpha versions of the next Xbox from beginning in 2027. There's a ton of work that we can do on the hardware side. There's a ton of work that we can do on the software side, but it's also about how you take advantage of this as developers. So we talk about deep texture compression. That includes the latest neural texture compression techniques. They're also leaning into other aspects. I'm sure AI is a part of this as well. The latest version of direct storage, be able to stream assets directly off the storage drive and be much more sensitive in how you're actually using memory. Because you can actually stream it directly off the SSD itself. He added that Microsoft's committed to keeping games from 4 generations of Xbox playable for years to come. As part of our 25th anniversary later this year, we'll be rolling out new ways to play some of the most iconic games from our past. This includes letting players access PC games on its hardware. Let's see. The executive said the company is long on gaming, but is open to seeing where it can extend. The Xbox has to be best in class. The CEO also described video games being one of its main identities as a company. They pointed to the impact that video games have had on Microsoft and the broader technology. Blah, 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 blah. I didn't see where they were talking about the price that you're going to have to pay. $1,000 console will kill the industry.
It was. I'll see if I can find it. It was by one of the Microsoft execs.
There we go.
It's a woman, I think.
Microsoft did share some details about its console Project Helix. The development kit's going out in 2027. This would seemingly quash any rumors of a 2027 launch for the system. Microsoft didn't offer pricing details for the new system, but at least one video game analyst is already predicting a price point of $900 or more. That's a lot of money.
I mean, that's not a console. I don't think that whether you're a fan of Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, you're not. That's not what those people are looking for in a console, regardless of what it does.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It could do everything under the sun, and no one's going to buy a $1,000 console because that's just. I mean, that's not controllers. That's not games. I was blown away that I had when I bought the Switch. What was it? I bought 4 Pro controllers. That alone was like $250.
Yeah, that's yeah. I forget you got kids. Yeah, of course, because you're going to have to do that. That's
no heck, man. The price of controllers in general is just like
it is. Man. Doesn't matter what system you're buying controllers for. You're paying a lot of money for them,
especially if you're playing fighting games and tournaments. You get that fight stick. No. There's another aspect to go into as well.
If you're playing fighting games and tournaments, then you're putting investment into what you're doing.
A lot of folks are playing on the default controllers as well. Don't get me wrong, but folks who like get into the hit boxes and the Quanbas, yeah.
It says suggesting the earliest that the new Xbox will be ready is for prime time is 2028. By that time, the current Xbox hardware will be pushing 8 years old. That is, of course, assuming assembling PCs at a massive scale will still be feasible giving our current AI-fueled RAM crisis. Valve's own consoleized PC box was delayed to sometime in 2026 until it can find enough RAM between the couch cushions to meet the moment. That is a thing at the moment, as far as that's concerned.
It was Sarah Bond, by the way. That
Oh, yeah, whole Bond, yeah.
She came out and just said the next Xbox won't be cheap. And she just goes, very premium, high-end, next-gen console experience. So the Xbox president's telling you, just get ready.
Is that what you said? Literal high-end console experience?
Yeah, she said this back in October. So this was back when I heard that. And this is before like DRAM prices went through the roof.
I was about to say that's before the RAM stuff went nuts. Goodness. Now, yeah. Now, I mean, things can change between now and 2028. When it is possible that these see the light of day. But your Steam machines are going to be hitting this year at some point. Now, I say that I should say that Valve is saying this, and Valve could easily say, we're going to have to push this back. Because, again, the price point for those Steam machines are going to be astronomical compared to what they could have been. You know? Because you can look, and Valve is very open about what they put in their machines. And so when you see that, they're running this memory stick, in their machines, you can see what the price could have been before all this got out of hand compared to what the price is now. And it's going to be, I don't know.
Would you still say it's going to come out before this project Microsoft's doing?
What, the Steam machine?
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I believe it'll be. I don't believe it
even
will
with
be.
a pushback, yeah, it'll come out before this project.
Unless RAM is that hard to find for them.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it is. I don't know if maybe that's the holdup or whatever the case may be. They're more. Valve as a business is better suited to buy RAM than the regular consumer market.
Yeah, but aren't some companies like having to wait a year to get some of the stuff from the manufacturers?
Because other companies.
I mean, they're better.
Yeah.
They're in better position, but not by much. I mean,
No.
didn't Gabe come out like this week and be like, "Hey, if you're selling DRAM, give us a call or something"?
Yeah, like eventually you figure Valve will just find a way to make their own. Gabe's got the money, right?
Yeah,
Gabe's absolutely got the money to where you'd be like, let's just make our own. Let me just buy a company.
It's like one company that makes like the silicon for the DRAM. Like there's not money opportunity. I mean, you have to worry about. I don't know if Valve wants to be that deep into hardware.
They don't.
They can buy stuff and put it together, but when you start doing things your own, then you got to worry about firmware. You got to worry about.
I mean, they're not going to do their own like that. But I'm saying Gabe's got enough money to go to a company and be like, I want to buy this much RAM for you guys. Like you make this for me.
I don't know.
And this is what we're doing. This is what I want to buy. He does. He absolutely has the money to do that. He's not going to.
I mean, it's not about money though. It's about just supply. There's nothing to buy. Yeah.
It's that too. And regardless if he spent his own or not, the price of the machine is going to reflect the price of that RAM, and it's going to be massive, depending on what they're putting in there, and how much of it they're putting in there. We don't have those specs. They're, wise enough for them to not send out a complete spec sheet that says this is what your machine's going to have. This is how much hard drive space. This is how much RAM space. This is, they didn't release any of that information.
Yeah, I just bought an M.2 last week, 1 terabyte, $175.
For what?
For my new computer.
Okay. That's not RAM though. That was no, but
it's
right?
just no, it's not RAM. It's just a gaming drive.
Yeah, the NVMe or whatever. The one of those.
When I bought my computer in December, there was a $200 option to go from 32 gigs to 64, and then I go and look.
Did you buy a pre-built?
I did. I bought an Alienware.
Oh.
Yep. And when I upgraded from 32 to 64, It was $200 because I went to go look and see how much it would cost for me to upgrade myself, and it was like $750, $800.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was almost $1,000 just for the RAM.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It is insane to build your own. I mean, they are trying to phase out people building their own machines. I mean, they're not literally trying to do that, but that's what is happening.
That's a result of what's going on.
Yeah,
yeah.
The regular, again, your Joe Gamer building his own PCs is fading.
Yeah.
Because they're pricing them out of not being able to, number one, find it, and if they do find it, pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, in my case, it was always, when it came to building computers, I wasn't always the top of the line person. I always went a few series back because I just need you to function reliably more than anything else. But, yeah, even with that, the memory, I don't know if it's going to...
I was never top of the line, but I was always higher end, but not ultra, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I never really was ultra either. And this computer is the first time where I went ultra.
What did
I was
you?
like, I want.
When did you buy this, in December?
Yeah, I bought it the day after Christmas. I'm like, you know what?
We haven't talked to you since then, have we?
Is that true?
I don't remember this.
Oh, yeah, no, I got a brand new computer. I thought I came on and talked about I tried to play Borderlands 4 and I could barely get like 30, 40 frames.
But on the new one or on your old one?
On the old one, on my old. That's what I like.
You may have mentioned that, but I don't remember you mentioning that you were buying a new PC.
Oh, okay. Maybe we haven't talked. Yeah, no, that happened. There was another game I tried playing after that. So it was Borderlands 4, and then it was Stalker 2. I tried playing that.
So then, when you got your new PC from the Alien guys, did you start up Borderlands 4 and see how it goes?
Oh, it's like butter.
What do you?
It's like,
so give me. What do you have? What's going on? What's the?
I got all kinds of.
No, what is it?
I got a 5090 first of all. That
Oh
was the
my
big
god!
Jump. I did.
What?
Yeah,
dude!
I did it. I went from a 3080 to a 5090.
Oh my god! Well, you are there for the remainder of maybe your life. You are. That's where you're staying.
It was pretty much like an impulse buy thing.
An impulse buy?
Yeah, but it totally was because it was Christmas time. I was off. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play some stuff, and I'm like, I'm not having fun.
I impulse buy like chewing gum. I don't impulse buy a 5090 graphics card, man. Wow.
I will say that there was a deal going on, so I didn't pay like the full price of what a 5090 actually is market. There was also a deal. What was the second thing? That might have been on the CPU. And all in all,
you're done. I mean, you don't have to tell me any more about your machine. You have a 5090. I don't need to know the rest. That's insane. Wow.
Yeah, I'm very happy right now. And then especially when I'm playing Division and Resident Evil, like I'm just getting like 160, 170 at ultra wide resolution.
Yeah.
And I'm just loving it. I mean, I got the new HDR monitor.
I was about to ask, so you got the whole thing. You got not only the PC, you got a monitor with it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get that monitor at the same time. I've had this monitor for a few months.
Did you refinance your house?
I'll tell you what. I won't say how much. I'll put how much I paid in Discord. I didn't pay what you probably think I paid, and it was definitely the most expensive computer I've ever purchased.
I mean, it would have to be. You have a 5090. That is the most expensive graphics card there is, and so you would. I mean, it would have been the most expensive PC that you've ever purchased. But, and I'm not giving you, dude, you can buy what you want. That's fine. I just had no idea you were going through the roof with.
Yeah. Well, the second game that I couldn't play, I was like, this is BS. I gotta fix this. There's only one way to fix it.
Yeah. The frustration of not being to get your max out of the game you buy. Yeah, I could see that now. Yeah.
And now normally that would never happen though, RJ. Like normally I would never go like top shelf, but what are my other options? It was like a 5080, which you're not really I mean, I might as well just go. I'm there already, pretty much. Just nudge me over the ledge a little bit more.
Yeah, the thing about the computers making or getting yours is making sure that it's going, it's going to last.
Yeah.
At least 2 to 3 years for you. So yeah.
So what he said. So what he said earlier about the fact that he kind of priced it out if he built it himself. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, he was saving money doing it this way.
200 as opposed to 800.
Yeah.
Lesser two evils. Go on.
Oof.
And this is like it was a no-brainer for that.
Yeah, this is back in December when you did this, right?
Yep, December 26th.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Merry Christmas to you.
I wonder if that option's not available now, is it?
What? Buy it? No, you can still buy a pre-built, but at the price he paid,
pre-built with that memory upgrade for $200.
Yeah, with the price he paid on any of that, no way.
I'm going to look right now actually to see. That would be a good test to see what it goes for right now.
Yeah, if you could pop that 5090 out of that machine and sell it, you'd probably be able to pay off that machine.
Why? What are they going for?
Oh, they're going for like $5-6 grand.
Oh, then yeah, absolutely. You know what the crazy thing too is, like, I've hated these Alienware cases. Like, I've been buying Alienware.
I haven't looked at an Alienware machine in such a long. It's a name that sounds like Gateway.
Yeah, a little bit it does at this point.
You're bringing up bad memories right now.
It's
man.
a brand I haven't heard.
I haven't heard
I know,
Gateway in years.
dude. Well, same thing with Alienware.
I'll tell you, real talk, real quick.
Dell owns them, don't they?
Yes, Dell owns Alienware.
Yeah.
The cases that they've had and they've pumped out, especially in like the 2010s to 2020, like, were just not only ugly, but a lot of it has like proprietary crap in it, so you can't like swap out, a power supply or something, or you could, but you'd have to figure some stuff out because they have like these articulating. I'll show you videos too of my old system. The power supply articulates out, and then it's sitting in like this metal chassis, and there's not much room between, like, you can't really. If I wanted to put a 5090 in my old case, I couldn't. It wouldn't fit. There's no chance. Mm-hmm. This case that I got in December, it is the coolest, sharpest, most functional, upgradable case that Alienware and Dell have ever put out.
Shoot me. I mean, on Discord. Shoot me some pictures. I want to see. I'm
gonna do some live photos right now, like while we're talking.
Okay.
And,
well, I tell you what, we have to. We're at the bottom of the hour. I got to take a break here. So, I mean, if you want live reaction, don't send it to me yet. Wait till we come back. But go ahead and get your snaps.
I'll queue them up. How about that?
Get them ready here. We got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to look at this God machine this dude built or bought, and we got music here from a game I have yet to pick up. I'm interested in it because it involves the only character I've ever thought about getting a tattoo of. When I've considered getting a tattoo, this is the character I thought of always getting. And I'm really, just a big fan of not just that character, but the games and everything else, and its history, its moment in history of video gaming. But I've yet to buy this particular game just yet. That character I'm speaking of is Pac-Man. That game is Shadow Labyrinth. The name of this track is called IDK. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. Welcome back into in-game chat. Music here from Donkey Kong Bonanza. You got 2 DK songs back-to-back on this one because, I don't know, there's a lot of good music from Bonanza. Ignat Isle Cave-In is the name of this track or something, so yeah. And then next track that we got coming up is also going to be a Donkey Kong Bonanza track as well. Okay, dude. Steve Duke Krugham's with us, and he's been sending me specs of the machine. And, yeah, I mean, you know, you're going with 64 gigs of memory, DDR5.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. And, of course, a 5090 tag. Now, you did send some prices here that I'm having a hard time figuring out what I'm looking at here.
So, you see my caption above that? They won't let you actually customize the computer anymore. So when I bought it back in December, I could actually go in and select my CPU, my GPU, memory, storage. Those are what they have available today. I went to the website. That's what you have your option on. You can buy a $4,300 version of it that has my CPU, but it's only a 5080.
Right.
Or you could do the $5,200 option, which has the Ryzen 9 with the 5090. And by the way, less RAM, 32 gigs instead of 64.
Uh-huh.
So like those are the closest things I could find to my configuration. Yeah. But I will say the price I paid was lower than both those. So
pretty good.
I
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
anywhere near.
It would be, given that you bought it in December. That price is only going to continue to go up because of mostly the RAM, so you know the RAM that goes not only into your PC, but the RAM that is also going into that video card is also kicking up prices.
Yeah, we were talking about memory during the break, and Stephen, I was looking at the upgrade on an Option 1 that went from 32 to 64. Just picked a random computer on Alienware. Yeah, it went from 200 what you paid for, but now it's 400. And this is only what you bought yours in late December, so close to January, and only two months later it doubled. In that to upgrade
and
from 32
that
to
tracks
64.
too, because like I was looking, I was actually looking to even get less than 32. I don't even know if you can, because I wanted to just buy 64 flat out from like another site and just stick it in.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to do. And then I saw the prices and I was like, in December, I was like, there's no way. This $200 upgrade is a steal.
Yeah, it literally was.
Do these now pre-builts back a long time ago when I used to do pre-built, or I didn't do pre-builts, but a long time ago when I used to look into pre-builts, you seem pretty locked in as far as like, if you buy this, you can't really upgrade it, you know?
Right.
That was one of the draws of building your own PC, is that I can mix and match and pull, know.
Yeah, that's what pulled me into building my own.
Switch this stuff out if I want to.
What I had, I couldn't improve it anymore.
And back then it was a good thing to do. It was great, you know. You could do that if you wanted to, and now it's a little bit tougher to do. Are pre-built PCs, or at least this one that you bought, is it easier to do? Are you able to say
this one is absolutely easier? I'm going to post the pictures now. This thing is gorgeous. This case, I mean, the pictures online, I don't know why they don't have like just a video of the case, because I think that would sell people if they made it more obvious, because you go to the website and they have a picture of it and it's like, okay. You unbox this thing, it's just so nice. Here, I'm going to throw you can have some live reactions right here.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is getting this thing shipped and hopefully it doesn't get jostled around and broke on the way and all this other stuff to
fall off the truck.
Oh my God, look at that thing. You can't, I mean, this is tough to go on radio, folks, so I mean, that's sleek. It's very sleek. It's kind of unibody. Front glass is probably the only. What is that on the? Oh, that's a reflection. Is that your desk it's sitting on?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a pretty desk.
I custom built it. But it's got this nice air belt. I'm trying to, with my hands sticking through in the front. It's got this nice air pocket between like the front of the case where you can feel like the air kind of like being pulled through.
Oh, that's the exhaust then, or not the exhaust, but that's the intake.
The intake.
And then it's got the exhaust.
Yeah, but the front of it just looks gorgeous with this. It's all this.
Oh, you sent me some more.
Metal.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing more pictures now, and I know this is really difficult on radio to tell you what I'm looking at here. But
If I'll and yeah, I mean, everybody who's listening can go to Discord and kind of check these out. But I also have a comparison of like my previous desktop.
Okay, so your previous machine was a compact build.
But that's what I was talking about. Like, if I wanted to upgrade that, it's impossible. Like, look at the GPU. There's no way that thing would fit.
Of course not.
Inside.
Was your previous also a pre-built?
Yeah, it was an Alienware case and everything. I think I upgraded the CPU and maybe the RAM since I bought it. But that's circa 2022 when that chassis was famous, and that's the famous weird looking one. If you go, just go. But you see, like the power supply, how it folds out. Like, there's not many options to do there. I would have to take out that entire arm and then try to figure out how to suspend like a new power supply in there. But everything, like on my new system, you take off that glass, everything comes out.
Yeah.
Everything comes out. There's this nice latch that holds in the GPU, and you can actually see there's like three lines next to the GPU, which actually slides this piece to holding it. So if the GPUs actually get bigger, there's more space, to kind of hold it in place. Yeah. And it's built into the case. So it's really nice. It's water cooled. The fans are this thing is half the noise of my old PC, which also had the water cooled CPU, like the inner the closed loop system.
God, yeah, it's really you got a really pretty setup.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comparison picture you got here, the one with the old PC compared to the new one. Yeah, and I'm like, it's like looking at the engine of a modern car. It's like, remember how we talked
it's weird,
about,
isn't
remember
it?
how we talked about how the pain of having a newer car is like you can't do what you used to do on your old car by yourself anymore. Like, it's going to get to the point where you can't do an oil change on your own vehicle anymore.
I don't like I'm not like there are people who really love doing compact builds because they like to see what all they can get in there on a thing. How much they can put into a small form factor PC build. I'm just not that guy. I feel like it's too cramped. There's not enough airflow. I need my parts to breathe. Yeah. And
look, my hands hurt looking at this thing because I got big.
Well, then there's the aspect of getting in there to do anything with it with my big paws of trying to get in there and do that, and just wow, I'll just enjoy looking at these pictures through what you've done to say, okay, that's what it's like to own a really nice alien. I still prefer to build my own. Oh God, that desk. All right, now he's sending us pictures of his old setup there. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's that monitor you mentioned.
Yep. So I got my two like dumb monitors that are just 27-inch on the side. It's where like Discord or like YouTube goes up, and then I have my ultra wide, in front of my keyboard. And then you can see kind of like the process. So this is actually I had to rewire some stuff underneath my desk because
I'm looking underneath your desk now.
Yeah, my PC. I took this picture because, like, my old PC, the one that's on the floor, and I was doing, I think I was copying over a bunch of stuff, but that normally sat behind my monitors, so it was out of view completely. And then when I got this, I'm like, well, I can't put this thing behind the monitors anymore. It needs to be kind of showcased on the desk, so I had to rewire, like, the length of a lot of the cables that go either to my monitor or to the power brick below, because I needed longer cords because it's not pressed up against the wall anymore. It was kind of a little bit showcased on the right. So it actually took me a while to kind of figure out how to do that because just my cable management everything is kind of tied together. Yeah. It took a very long time untying everything and then getting things out. And you can see the front of the old PC, like how it's got the LED kind of in a ring. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of like what they showcase. And, it's not the greatest looking case. That's also why I kind of put it behind the monitors, kind of get it out of the way. Yep.
Mm-hmm. No, I got you. The PC that I have now was built as a showpiece. And I say showpiece, but I mean, like, It was built and meant to be displayed and seen. For the longest time, I had PCs that were, they go on the bottom of your desk in this little cubby hole thing where your desk is, or somewhere just out of the way on the floor.
Yeah.
You know? That's where your PC sat.
Yeah, typical office setup.
Really, for the longest time, that's the way it was. And mainly for the fact that that's how they were designing their cases. There wasn't, back when I built my first, there wasn't, let's show it off with a bunch of RGBs and things like that.
No lights, no windows, no nothing like that. So it's just there to function, not to look pretty.
So when I built in 2020, I was seeing these Lian Li cases, these glass aquarium-like looking things where it's like, oh, I can see the inside. I can really do something with it. And so I was like, well, let's do that. And I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's great. But going back, I don't think I would build my PC. I wouldn't build it to hide under the desk either. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't put all that effort into getting all that flashy, showy stuff. I'd be absolutely fine with a PC that sits dark, with the exception of a minimal amount of lights that are on the inside of it. Mm-hmm. So long as it cools, it's quiet, and it runs really great. Yeah. I would absolutely go that route again. Although, looking at some Reddit threads for like some, what do they call them? They're not their workstations, but they call them something else. They're battle stations or whatever they want to call it.
Game stations.
There's some really, really beautiful setups that are awfully tempting to try and replicate and go back to. Yeah, especially with the case technology they've made now. I mean, speaking of his new case here that he's got with his Alienware. Yeah. Absolutely. Here's the box that came in.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff on the top to bottom, I've never been comfortable with having my computer in like a cubby hole or on the floor or anything. It's just something in my head just makes me think about airflow compared to up top.
Yeah, well now,
to, like down at the bottom.
But airflow was not something I considered way back when. Yeah. When I built my first machine, there was an exhaust out the back and maybe some intake on the top. I don't remember. I mean, it really wasn't much as far as needing to breathe. It also wasn't doing the things that our PCs do today with how much you need that airflow going with them. Yeah. Just wasn't there. I mean, it's really changed. The whole thing has changed.
Yeah, it's just a mentality I have. I keep preferring my PC on the top instead of on the floor in a cubby hole where it can get like warm quick.
Man, it's beautiful pictures, dude. We're at the top of the hour here. We got to run, but thanks for sharing all of that. And God, enjoy your beast of a machine now.
Hey, and if you never considered pre-builts, time to start doing it now. I mean,
apparently, great deal on that one. And by the way, and we've talked about this. If you're looking at prices, thinking, well, prices are too much right now, I should wait. No. Prices are low compared to what they're going to be later on. So if you're looking...
do your comparisons between pre-built and building your own and see where the price differentials
Jump in where you can. Yeah. Hey, Steve, thanks so much, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Again, love talking.
Take care, and have a good one. We'll talk to you again. That is going to wrap it up for us. We are done. Thanks, everybody, for joining us in the chat room and everybody else listening. I'm sorry this was mostly photos we were talking about, but they are fantastic to look at. Have a great week. We will be back next week and cover some more stuff here. We got music here from, again, Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's the old Donkey Kong song that they put in the game. So have a great weekend. Enjoy your week ahead, and we will see you next Saturday on In Game Chat.